We want to take an inside look at the series Grace wrote on Savvy's top 10 findings for creating a winning business in China. Grace, I read the series, it's really good. 非常好.
谢谢, 谢谢.
Could you share a little bit about how the series came together? Why did News and Observer ask you to work on this?
Sure. Over the last many years, I've been a guest correspondent for the News and Observer on topics such as entrepreneurship and marketing. I've written about the correlation between successful entrepreneurs and endurance athletes, as well as the correlation between successful entrepreneurs and successful mountain ascenders. They've also asked me to write about my framework on marketing, the 12 steps to be a savvy entrepreneurial marketer. And then several months ago, the business editor called a meeting to ask how I could share more about the China market, given how their readers are hungry for information about China. So in recent years, given the interesting work we've been pulled into doing to audit and make recommendations for U.S. companies on their China business, along with the big growth opportunities in the China market, we decided to formalize our China practice. One of the deliverables in our plan was to research and write a white paper. So one of our associates was tagged with spearheading the research that created a 10-step framework to approaching doing business in China. To bring our framework to life for the News and Observer readers, I conducted interviews with executives at a wide range of companies, from startup to Fortune 500, in order to develop many case studies on their challenges and successes in China.
And so you developed a framework for your marketing consulting firm as well, right?
Yes. I started my career in management consulting at global consultancy Bain & Company. Then I went in-house and was in various roles in Fortune 500 companies doing marketing, and then moved on to leadership roles in a handful of technology ventures. In every situation, I've found it very helpful to have very practical frameworks to structure my thinking. And these frameworks have also served as a foundation for my business school teaching, both here in the US and in China. And now that China is a topic on many minds, we thought it would be helpful to create a framework for doing business in China as well.
And so what caused you to be so interested in China? Can you tell us more about how you wanted to add that to your practice?
Well, it's been an evolving process over many years. When we formally announced our China practice, those I've known in the business community said, "Haven't you already been doing this?" Well, I guess I have. Having been an advisor to the North Carolina Chinese Business Association for many years, I naturally am asked questions by companies wanting to enter the China market, as well as from leaders who are born in China who want to further their presence here in the U.S. Also, being an ABC, or American-born Chinese, who's gone full circle from growing up as a banana to then desiring to go back to rediscover my roots, for instance, upon graduating from MIT, where the number of Chinese students was high even 30 years ago. It's just become over the years part of who I am. Also, I developed an interest early on in my career in doing business in Asia. I worked for a Fortune 500 company here in the US, and then had the chance to work for them in Southeast Asia, based out of Hong Kong. And I was able to apply what I did here in the US to these developing markets and just loved it. So this is similar to the passion I developed in the next stage of my career, where I had the opportunity to apply what I learned in large companies to entrepreneurial venture-backed startups.
Then many years ago, I had a life-changing cycling accident where I literally went downhill on my 40th birthday. The resultant head injury brought back memories of my childhood roots. I was even babbling in Chinese. I had a lot of time on my back in recovery to think.
Now, I have a keen interest in transferring knowledge gained in the established U.S. market to the China market.